Good morning. In my previous video, we have started the chapter Plant Growth and Development. In that video, I talked about the basic concepts of growth and then the plant growth regulators, its characteristic features, and how do plant growth regulators function, and the types of plant growth regulators were also discussed in that video. Now, in this video, I would like to discuss the discovery of the plant growth regulators. All the plant growth regulators discovery were accidental. That means the scientists were working on something but ended up finding out these different types of plant growth regulators. First, we would like to discuss the discovery of auxin. The work started with the observation of Charles Darwin and his son Francis Darwin. They observed that the coleoptiles of canary grass responded to unilateral illumination by growing towards the light source, that is the phototropism. What is the meaning of unilateral illumination? That is, light comes from only one direction. Actually, they observed that when the coleoptile of the canary grass was placed towards the unidirectional light, it bends towards the light, and therefore he and his son concluded that coleoptile has a chemical which perceives light, and that is only responsible for the phototropism, that is the bending of the coleoptile, curvature of the coleoptile towards the light. But the Charles Darwin and his son did not get the credit for the discovery of this hormone. Later, F.W. Went isolated chemical from the tips of the coleoptile of the oat seedlings, that is the Avena sativa. What did he do? He first allowed the tip of the coleoptile of the oat seedlings to get unidirectional light, and he observed the same result which was observed by Darwin and his son, that is the bending of the coleoptile towards the light. Then he decapitated the tip of the coleoptile and placed on a agar plate. Then the agar were pieces into different small pieces, and then one small piece was kept at the tip of these oat seedlings and again allowed unidirectional light to get. And then he observed that the coleoptile of the oat seedlings again show the curvature, that is the bending towards the light. So he came to the conclusion that some transmissible chemical is present which diffuses to the agar, and when it was kept on at the tip of the coleoptile, again diffuses to the tip and responsible for the phototropism, that is the curvature. He also extracted this chemical from the tip of the coleoptile of the oat seedlings, and therefore he gave the name auxin. He did one more thing. He also allowed to keep the decapitated coleoptile to get unidirectional light, but it did not show any bending as the chemical was not present over here. So Went gave the term auxin, and the meaning of auxin is to grow. Now we are going to discuss the discovery of gibberellin. The discovery of gibberellin was also accidental. Bakani or the foolish disease, that is the excessive growth in length of the rice seedlings, was caused by a fungal pathogen Gibberella fujikuri. E. Kurosawa, the Japanese scientist, and Hori reported that the appearance of the symptoms of the disease, that is the excessive growth in uninfected rice seedlings, when they were treated with the sterile filtrates of the fungus. Actually, this fungus Gibberella fujikuri contains a chemical that is only responsible for excessive growth. These active substances were later identified as gibberellic acid. So what have we discussed? That Kurosawa and Hori, they observed that excessive growth of the rice seedlings, Oryza sativa, is due to the presence of a chemical, and they also observed that the Oryza sativa was infected by a fungus, that is the Gibberella fujikuri, and they came to the conclusion that chemical was actually synthesized by that Gibberella fujikuri, and this chemical is responsible for the excessive growth. So they gave the name gibberellin, which is meant for the Bakani disease or the foolish disease of the rice seedlings. Now the discovery of cytokinin. Skoog and his co-workers observed that from the internodal segments of the tobacco stems of the callus proliferated when, along with the auxin in the medium, the extracts of the vascular tissues or the yeast extract or the coconut milk or the DNA contains a chemical which is responsible for the cytokinesis, that is the division of the cytoplasm. That's why the name has been given, that is the kinetin. Later, Skoog and Miller identified and crystallized these cytokinin, and the term has been given by them, that is the kinetin. Discovery of abscisic acid. In mid-60s, 3 independent researchers reported purification and the chemical characterization of 3 kinds of inhibitors. Inhibitor B, abscission 2, and the dormine. Later, these 3 were proved that chemically identical, and all are the growth inhibitors and responsible for the falling of the plant parts. When the plants become old, plant grow old, that time the falling of the plant parts, that is the abscission, is carried by a due to the secretion of a chemical, and that is the abscisic acid. Actually, in 1963, this abscisic acid was first identified by Frederick Adicott and his associates. They were studying the compounds which was responsible for the abscission of the cotton fruits, that is the falling down of the cotton fruits, and they isolated chemicals responsible for the abscission 1 and the abscissin 2, and now presently this abscissin 2 is considered as the abscisic acid. This is the history behind the discovery of abscisic acid. Now the discovery of ethylene. Cousins observed that when the ripened oranges were shipped with the unripened banana became ripe. Then he considered a chemical has been released out, gaseous chemical, volatile chemical has been released out from the ripe oranges, and that is only responsible for ripening of the unripe banana. And this volatile substance has been identified as ethylene. This ethylene helps in ripening of the fruits. So Cousins in 1910 showed oranges when shipped with bananas caused the banana to ripe prematurely. Later work showed it that the few damaged and moldy oranges that produces the ethylene, and this ethylene was responsible for the ripening of the bananas. Now we have come to the end of this video. I hope you like the discovery of the plant growth regulators while the scientists were working for doing something, but at the end they discovered different types of